So apparently more UU games are quite fun to do these days to me. But hey, whatever. My name's Kyprotonic and welcome back to another narrated Pokémon Wi-Fi battle. This one is against an opponent called DanielBritianna. Yeah, same team as before. This time my opponent's team is actually a Sandstorm team. And this was actually a pretty good battle overall. I think my opponent should have won this game, and you'll probably see why later on in the game. Quickly looking at his team as lead possibilities, he has a Bronzong, that Hippotos thing over there, Mew, even Crystal. So that's kind of like 4 potential leads. My kind of option, what he might lead with, is probably Hippotos, you know, to get up that sand straight away. So I'm going to lead with Milotic, as that's what I kind of want to try and do. I want to kind of burn the thing or even get much damage upon I can on the first few turns. So instead he actually leads with Bronzong. And like I say, I lead with Milotic, so that's kind of not a really good matchup for me. I'm going to switch out, I'm going to go into Mew because I'm actually Choice Specs Mew. I'm carrying the Fire Blast. I don't know if he knows that, but he actually then sets up the light screen on the first turn, so that kind of sucks. But then I crit him on the second turn, so I just kind of had a mark out moment there, where I was actually on a Skype call with MBZ and Nick and Ferris, I think, at the time, and I just laughed so hard because I actually called the crit before it even happened. That's how fun it was. But anyway, now in comes that Hippotos thing and gets up the sand. I'm going to switch into Nidoqueen because I kind of thought maybe he would want to try and do something weird and get up maybe like Stealth Rock. But he yawns, then I'm actually going to have to I'm going to be forced to switch out because I don't want to go to sleep. Switching to Milotic whilst he sets up Stealth Rock. So I'm going back and forth against this thing. I'm kind of like not too sure what he wants to try and do. And there's not really much I can actually do anyway, because I might have to at least put something to sleep due to yawn. He can keep yawning around me. And maybe I probably should have just gone into something like my Nidoqueen looking back on this maneuver and, you know, prevented him doing some other stuff. But he actually does have Earthquake, so yeah, a taunt would have been, I guess, helpful to that little situation. But I'm going to actually allow Deoxys just to go to sleep now. So I'm going to switch into Heracross, predicting his switch out into something. Considering that, you know, like Earthquake's not really going to do too much, I might be able to wake up eventually and pull off a recover. That kind of doesn't work out, so I'm actually going to have to switch out once again. I'm going to go straight into Turgicus here, and now he decides to switch in his own Heracross. So that's kind of a bit of a bad play up for me, because most Heracrosses these days usually do carry the Stone Edge, and I'm kind of worried of that. So I'm going to switch into Nidoqueen, because I can actually take most of its hits. Probably bearing in mind that he might actually have Earthquake, but I don't really think he would actually predict my switch into... Well, he might predict my switch into Nidoqueen, but I don't expect him to actually make the other prediction there. So I actually do get the red card off there, and he actually gets red carded straight into his Crystal. The Krusty, the Crab, whatever you want to call it. I forgot about this thing actually could actually lay up spikes, and I'm like, why didn't I taunt? And then I realized, oh fuck, he actually can actually lay up like some spikes. I kind of forgot because I don't really see it that often, so that was kind of a bad play for me. But I do get up like my Toxic Spike, so that's kind of nice. Now I do go for the taunt. He makes the smarter play and actually does go for the Earthquake twice over after getting one layer of spikes. So my Nidoqueen's a little bit useless now, but I'm just going to stay in here, be a death fodder, and, you know, just finish off like, well, get some damage off upon that thing with the Earth Power, whilst he finishes me off with a Stone Edge, probably predicting my switch into something like Turgicus, but I really did not see the point in switching out there. In comes my Mew once again. I'm gonna not really make the other prediction, I'm just gonna go for the safest move, which was my Psychic. It was all stabbed and all that, but unfortunately I do not finish off that Crystal. I actually checked up on its stats on the Bulbapedia website, because I thought maybe it might be more defensive, but yeah, it doesn't really have the best special defense, so that really did surprise me actually that it could actually survive that hit there. And that does suck a little bit. So in comes Mew. He decides not to sacrifice his Crystal thing, you know, so Mew's actually done for that because he actually pulled off an X's and almost killed me, and then the Sun's just going to be able to finish me off now. Not really too sure what I can actually do at this point, but I'm going to go into Turgicus because I figured it kind of might be the safest option for me to do. I'm just going to go for, you know, the safest Air Slash, which is kind of like my stronger of the moves there. I just really wanted to get rid of his own Mew there, but even if he wanted to switch out, sorry, there couldn't have been too much more I could have done there anyway. Now the biggest problem to his team for me personally was this Stoutland. I really couldn't do anything to this thing. You know, with Sand being up, it's actually going to be a lot faster than everything on my team. And I was actually speaking to MBZ because I'm not really played against any Stoutlands in the past in the UU metagame. So I was like, well, what did they usually do? And, you know, what kind of item will he normally carry? Then he tells me like choice band and the moves, etc. And I thought to myself, well, this is pretty much game over because there's now I can do. But then he makes the unusual play of actually switching out his Stoutland from that position and going into Hippotos. Although he could have finished me off. And now I actually question marked him there. And I was like, why didn't you finish me off? Because you could have won the game. And that was just a very strange play that he did. I'm not going to complain that he did that. Like, it benefits me more that he actually did that scenario. Because there is actually now a chance I can actually finish off some more perks. And actually do have a little more chance to actually win this game. I didn't know why that makes sense. Unless if I'm missing a point and maybe... I think Vengeance or Revenge or what the movie's, whatever it's called, is actually have like a second ability there. Am I missing something? I don't know. But anyway, I'm kind of thinking maybe he will finish me off this time with the Stoutland, with the Vengeance. Boiling Water will do a decent chunk to him, but I actually do get the crit there, so that kind of doesn't make up for anything, but it was quite useful to actually see a crit there, because I kind of just really want to get rid of this thing as soon as possible. And yeah, okay, so my thinking process was wrong there. I thought maybe that Vengeance actually had a second scenario effect to it, but yeah, that really didn't make any sense to me why he didn't actually finish me off there or even win the game with his Stoutland. I mean, yeah, I do have a Deoxys defense form. That probably would have been too short, you know, considering actually I am asleep and the sleep mechanics in this game kind of suck. So yeah, that really didn't make any sense. So it's Heracross free Deoxys after all that, and he finished me off with the Night Slash. I think I've only got my Heracross left. I'm just going to close combat this thing and yeah, take out that. And then Crystal's going to be the last poke to come in and die to Stealth Rock. So guys, if you enjoyed the game, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. You know, I do appreciate all you guys for supporting me. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And I will catch you guys in the near future. Thank you very much for watching this game. Bye.